welcome to the Non-Binary Show. I'm Mika and I'm non-binary.
I'm Sam and I'm bisexual.
We've been going out for less than a year and we're already getting married.
And that means there's a lot we still don't know about each other.
So each episode we pick a different topic and have an honest conversation.
Today, misgendering and public toilets.
Great.
I know.
Can't wait to talk about that. But first, you have some news.
We have some news. So, anybody that knows me in person knows that I love Harry Potter. And it's been very difficult for me to not love Harry Potter anymore.
You are allowed to love Harry Potter, though?
I don't feel like I can, though, after what happened. So it's been in the news this week that early stage production has started on a live action TV series of Harry Potter. And needless to say, gay fans of Harry Potter have had enough because it's more money in somebody's pocket.
I just read the articles, like the title of the...
Yeah.
I didn't
LGBT plus fans have had it officially.
It's like, what is it? Like, every time I hear her name, it just gives me anger at this point.
Because she's a horrible person. She's a horrible person.
Yeah.
So, despite HBO Max and Warner Brothers insisted that no Harry Potter series in development at the studio or on the streaming platform, the LGBT plus community is nervous that more money will end up in the author's pocket, who has become infamous for her anti-trans views.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get into... I don't want to mention what she actually said.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, she just very, very bad at speaking about LGBT.
Yeah.
Basically. Everything she says related to it just ends up really bad.
It's like she keeps digging herself deeper and deeper into a hole.
It is, yeah. Just every time she tweets anything, I don't think she ever tweets something neutral. Every time she tweets something, it's something bad related to LGBT.
Yeah. So there's some tweets that people have said, and they've put them in this article. I'm not asking anyone to disavow their Harry Potter fandom. Lots of good things were made by bad people. But please think seriously about not watching the Harry Potter series because it means financially supporting a vocal opponent of trans people.
Yeah.
I tried selling some of my Harry Potter things, didn't I?
Yeah, so you had very bad time thinking about having those books, and you didn't know what to do with them because you still like Harry Potter, and you had a lot of breakdowns.
I've still got a couple of things around the house, haven't I?
You have, yeah.
I've got a Hufflepuff cushion. I've got an Elder Wand replica. Yeah, so it's just been really difficult. I'm trying to sell my books and just some other things that I've had over the years.
Yeah, I don't blame people for liking Harry Potter though. It's hard. It's really hard because the whole thing is not as bad. She doesn't have that much bad in her books. But when you start digging into it and looking deeper into what she has to say, you told me that there are a few things that are wrong. In those books,
but I thought that by her putting these things in the book, I thought it was just looking at the fact that the wizarding world itself is corrupt, in the story,
bringing the attention to the wrong in the world,
systemic racism within the wizarding world, not necessarily something that the author has written.
Yeah,
I was just trying to say, it's just part of the story.
Yeah.
The Wizarding world isn't just all fairies and happy endings and stuff. There's still bad things that happen.
Yeah.
And there are bad things that happen.
Yeah.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Being the obvious one.
Yeah.
But these books and these films, without them, I don't think I would be as respectful to people different to me. Before I realised that I was bi, I was just very, very supportive of queer people, and now I am one of them.
Yeah,
I am one of us.
One of us.
So it's different. It's different for me now. But I'm still thankful that I grew up with these books. because the stories have connected to me in such a way.
Yeah, and then there's nothing wrong with that. If you are a fan of Harry Potter, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. And it's normal to have a hard time liking the books but not liking the author, and having a hard time deciding what to do with yourself.
There's another person that's tweeted about this topic. A new Harry Potter TV show would have to introduce the most diverse cast imaginable and loudly support the trans community before I even considered watching it. I know neither of those things are going to happen, so I'm going to try and forget the whole thing is going ahead.
That would be such a good thing.
I know.
Just rub it into her face.
But because it's still going to have her name on it, it's just going to look like she's trying. And I don't know if we're ready to forgive her. I don't think we'll ever forgive her, to be honest.
Yeah, she said really bad things.
Yeah. You want to move on?
I guess so, yeah.
Right. So we've got another piece of news. This one is kind of relevant to our topic today.
Yes.
Well, one of our topics today.
Yeah.
So, student expertly schools anti-trans professor who refused to use their correct pronouns. So there is a non-binary person on TikTok.
Whoop, whoop.
I know you don't like TikTok.
And let's not get into that.
But a lot of stuff happens on TikTok.
Yeah, it's like liking Harry Potter but not the author. It's the same thing. Exactly the same thing.
Okay, so there's a non-binary person on TikTok called Shade. And they emailed their professor in school and asked them to use their new name and their new pronouns. And the professor said she would use Shade's name, but not their pronouns due to her convictions. That's basically posh speak for saying, I ain't having that.
Yeah.
So Shade then sent an email back to the professor and said this: I'm sorry, I think there was a misunderstanding here. You seem to think I'm making some kind of request. I was just informing you of my correct name and pronouns so you know how to refer to me. Intentionally misgendering a student is actively creating a hostile environment and discriminating on the basis of gender identity. That goes against the school's non-discrimination statement. I know you wouldn't want to do that. I'm sure you understand that I expect to be treated with at least basic levels of respect and human decency in the classroom. I look forward to meeting you in class next week and working with you through the semester. Regards, Shade. They, them.
I love it. It's just so good.
Certainly living up to their name, aren't they?
I've never had to do this myself because I just changed my name at work. And my pronouns don't really change that much. I do use they, them now. I asked you to use they, them on me, but I can still use she, her, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't get any bad things in my head when I hear she, her, and it's like, so I don't know. I never had to tell anyone to use different pronouns, but the name thing, it was very easy for me at work. Yeah, some people had problems with it.
Yeah.
Oh, why you changed your name? It's very hard to remember now. Like, I didn't do it for you.
It's actually a lot easier to remember.
Because it's now a name that's internationally used.
Yeah.
Instead of a name that's only good in Lithuanian. So it's easier to remember, and
it's just an excuse for someone to be ignorant.
Yeah, that's the thing. So after, like, I had few people like that, and there were all kinds of looks and stuff, but I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Because at my work we have these policies as well. You just can't be
your work is very good for things like that.
Yeah, they are supporting all kind of diversities, and like they want people to be comfortable at work.
Yeah.
So when I told my managers I want to change my name, she was like, "Yeah, okay, it's your stuff. Do whatever you want." I'm like, "Well, people might react." She's like, "Fuck them." She actually said, "Fuck them."
Oh.
She's just
Your manager sounds so cool.
Yeah, she was, and she left, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, I think she left already.
I remember one time you were having a bit of a difficult day at work, and you almost started crying.
Yeah.
Was it your other line manager who asked you to go into his office?
Oh, so
that's when you actually came out to
so
someone.
That was the first person and the only person at work who knows that I'm non-binary.
Ah.
No, not the second person. But yeah, like not a lot of people know that I'm non-binary because I don't feel the need to expose my personal life to people.
Yeah.
Like, as long as they call me my name and they're not making comments like girl and woman and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because if someone says lady, I said not a lady.
Yeah, I like that.
They can, like, yeah, sometimes people say that and I just casually say, not really a girl.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I don't feel the need to tell people that. It's as long as I can use my old pronouns like she, her, I don't mind it that much. And if I will start minding it, I will tell them.
Yeah.
But for
like
now,
if they use it too much.
And that day I had like a mental breakdown at work because this woman pissed me off. And I just almost cried, and my manager was just like, it's okay, just take it easy. And he genuinely wanted to know what's wrong and stuff, and I just told him it's not work related, really.
Yeah.
That's when I told him that some shit is going down at home with my gender and stuff. Yeah. It wasn't hard. I can really say that I didn't go through that bad at work as this person. So this is like what they said to their professor is really brave and really cool. Like, very straightforward, no bullshit taken.
Oh no.
I like it.
The professor hasn't responded to the email. They followed up by emailing the dean of students at their school, who responded saying he'd set up an inclusion and diversity committee at the school. In an update video Shade later posted, they said that the school is doing something to make positive change, and I want to commend that. They said they have no intention of revealing who the professor is who refused to use their pronouns. They said they're not trying to make anyone look bad, and they're more focused on making positive changes at the school. So there's no hard feelings, I don't think.
No, it's like, it's all about representation again. Like, the more of us talk loudly, the better people know that we exist, and the more they're gonna take us in. Because if only one person starts making quote-unquote things up, people won't believe you that you exist and say like, oh, I'd never heard about it. But if we all start saying who we are and actually telling people who we are and coming out and all that, it will make the world easier for the next generations.
When was the last time you got misgendered?
I try not to remember too much.
Of course.
But
is this a bad question?
No, it's not. I don't have hard feelings about it because I try not to remember it. I think it was recently. I'm trying to remember. Someone called me ma'am.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, Amazon guy?
I think
gave you a parcel the other day.
Because I come in and said, someone just called me ma'am.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
I do this. Yeah, so those kind of ma'am things.
I know when the last time you got misnamed was. You got dead named.
This morning by fucking Alexa. I was so furious. For some reason, I have changed my name everywhere, but not in one part of like communications part. I tried to change it, it doesn't work. I'm probably gonna reset her. If it doesn't work, she's going to the bin. I'm not having it. I'm telling her, Alexa, I changed my name. She just woke up. Alexa, shut up! I'm not talking to you. I'm mad at you. So I told her that I changed my name, and I was like, my name is Mika. She's like, no, your name is Mikle. And I'm like, listen here. Maybe I know better what my name is. I still couldn't change it.
Can we just get rid of Alexa anyway? Because I prefer Google.
Google is stupid. One day Google says, okay, I'll turn up the volume. The other day you ask her to turn up the volume on a TV, and she says, sorry, you can't do that on Android TVs. Next day you do that perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's like, they both not great.
She also mishears the name of our snake, doesn't she?
She wakes up sometimes at random words which has like ooh in it.
Well, you know the name of our snake is Noodle.
Yeah. I know.
So I go in. I open up his. I take the blanket off his window every morning, and I say, "Hey, Noodle," and she wakes up.
Yeah, because Noodle, Google, what's the difference? Morning.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Oh, I've also realised we've been misgendering Google.
It is it.
It. I was just curious one day, and I asked it what its pronouns are, and it said, "Well, I don't have a gender, but please use it." So we've been...
Alexa, what are your pronouns?
As an AI, I don't have a gender.
So Alexa says, as an AI, I don't have a gender. It doesn't tell you what pronouns to use. So I'm guessing,
maybe Alexa doesn't like pronouns.
like, fuck pronouns.
Fuck pronouns.
Yeah.
But I prefer she, her still.
Maybe Alexa doesn't have pronouns and you can use any.
Yeah.
Okay. So misgendering and bathroom issue is actually very close together.
Yeah.
That's why I said that we could do it in one episode.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, majority of misgendering is when you go into the toilet. And as a non-binary person, I only use women's toilet.
Mm.
Well, I did came out 8 months ago. I realized it fully that I'm a non-binary, right?
Yeah.
Around 9 months ago. So I've never had the courage to go into men's toilet, even though I kind of could.
Men's toilets are disgusting.
One thing, men's toilets are disgusting. Second thing, I'm scared, genuinely scared to be beaten.
Yeah.
It's not great. And when I go to women's toilet, I'm scared too, because I will get called out.
Yeah.
So way before I even had an idea that I could be a non-binary, it was 4 years ago or 5 years ago now. I was working, I was just delivering food on the bicycle. And I used to spend my breaks in Burger King.
Yeah.
And a few times women called me out in the toilet for this is ladies' toilet. I know. Who do you think I am? Yeah, I know. I have short hair. I had oversized jacket because it's, but still, if the person is there, I feel like the aggression is unnecessary. I've never seen a man going to women's toilet on purpose.
Yeah.
If you think there's a man in the toilet, usually they're not a man.
I know.
Yeah, it's just it's really weird.
I just remember the time when we were in Nando's and you went to the toilet and I was still at the table and you didn't want to go in because you saw that a group of teenage girls had gone in before you.
Yeah.
And you apparently, this is how you told me the story. You came out of the
That's a
cubicle.
Trigger warning for some people actually talking about
I'm
this.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So you came out the cubicle and they took one look at you and just burst out laughing.
Yeah.
And we kept an eye on them after that because we could see our car right out the window. We had the window seat in Nando's and we saw the girls just kind of skulking around our car because we had a pride flag on the dashboard. And I thought they were going to do something, to be honest.
Yeah, so that day wasn't great because we went to the town center and we met some homophobes there.
That was the day we got some nice Christian, quote Christian, in air quotes.
I want to find that poster they had because it's actually really funny.
It's somewhere on my Facebook.
Yeah,
Do you want me to get it?
We went just shopping and walking
it.
into the town. Yeah, I'll tell the story then.
Yeah.
And we were, at first, there was only one person with a poster thing. He's just standing there. And as we walk, I have it in my phone.
Yeah.
As we walk, we I think held our hands together or something.
Yeah, we were holding hands.
Yeah, and we were walking, and he looks straight into my eye and says, You sinned?
Are you ready to confess your sins or something?
Something, and calls me a ma'am or something as well.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's like a full on. And I just said, do you remember what I said? It was quite good, but I don't remember exactly what I said.
No, fuck off.
I got fed up that day. I was just like, no.
Yeah, so this sign, right? Apparently, gay sex is just as bad as drinking, smoking weed, watching porn, swearing, and and this is a bit inaccurate, but I see what their point is. Putting litter in the bin.
I just realized now.
Oh God! And it says, "Warning: repent before it is too late." But there was a woman on the other side of the walkway, wasn't there? There was another woman with this sign, and she had a megaphone and everything.
And funnily enough, she looked very, very gay.
Yep, they always do.
She had this like stereotypical butch lesbian outfit.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was funny and it was scary at the same time because we went back around. At first it was just one person. We went back around and there were a bunch of them, like 30, scattered around this alley, like not alley, like what you call the street.
Walkway, yeah.
Like walkway, yeah. And like in the end there was this woman with the thing. Yeah. And it got scary. And like it did anger me and I was scared and angry and I just...
Yeah. I put this on Facebook though and I said, well, it had to happen at some point. I had my first homophobic encounter this afternoon. This guy and his friends thought it would be nice to tell Mika and I that we are sinners. Luckily, it didn't hurt her as much as me, and she very loudly and proudly told him to fuck off. And I didn't know. I put that picture on public, not just to my friends. And I got a comment from someone I'm not friends with, a reverend, and he said, as a Christian, a gay man and a church leader, can I say that I'm sorry you've had to face this abuse. You're perfect as you were created. I hope you know that there are many more who love than hate.
Bless you both.
Bless you both. And a kiss at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, I'm not religious, so I don't... Like,
I appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, like if someone tells me that I'm a sinner, I don't feel anything. Yeah, it's not an insult to me. Like it's nothing to me. It makes me laugh because like really, but for some people who are actually who believes in God and they called sinners for just living their life. Yeah, it's so wrong.
You know, I've had someone on Facebook assume that I'm trans before just from looking at my profile picture once.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Definitely a bad thing. He gave me like some like trans verbal abuse on Facebook.
Oh, fuck.
I can't remember what he said now. But it was on a post about trans rights and I was commenting saying, yes, I support this. And he comes and like barrages me.
No one asked you. It's just...
Yeah, he just took a cheap dig at me.
You know, people like that are probably don't have a good life themselves.
So with that said, because someone assumed that I was trans and I'm in fact not, the misgendering goes both ways.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you when you was misgender last time.
That it would have been that.
Okay.
Right. But I've got another news article here that happened that was in the news a couple of weeks ago. A butch lesbian confronted tens of times in public toilets as anti-trans hostility spills over. A butch lesbian has reflected on the many times she's been confronted and harassed in public toilets as anti-trans hostility spills over in the UK. So this is a cis woman who is butch, and she estimates she's challenged every 1 in 3 times she uses a women's toilet.
So people who don't know what butch is, because I'm assuming there could be people who don't know.
I think people know what butch is.
Butch is like masculine, mask representing.
Yeah. But you can still be cis.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Butch is usually used for lesbians.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that term on myself. I'd rather use trans mask because I'm non-binary.
Yeah. I know there are some lesbians who also kind of want to reclaim the word dyke as well. Yeah. And I can't really say that very comfortably still.
For me, it's like an insult.
Yeah, it is. But there are some lesbians who are comfortable with that.
Yeah, if you're comfortable.
But yeah, I'm just saying this goes both ways.
Yeah.
That people there's just always going to be snap judgments everywhere you go. And unless we openly make people aware about the fact that gender is just a social construct, And there shouldn't be any division between male and female, because there are plenty more options.
Yeah.
Unless we break down those barriers, it's not going to get any better.
The only reason people see normal, quote unquote, and not normal things is because they put normal as a, like, they thought about it. This will be normal. Someone set the norm, and now everyone has to follow it. But this is not how it works, because we are all different. Even normal people are different.
Yeah.
There's no norm in the world.
No.
And when we start to open our minds a bit, like I told you the other day about that Instagram post, I think, or like Twitter post. This woman went to the kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
And her son wanted to dress as, because it was princesses and prince.
Yes, I remember now.
Yeah, so her son wanted to be, I don't remember which.
Ariel?
Yeah, Ariel. And every parent had a problem with that when they showed up. And there was a lot of comments and calling out her husband as well for being not manly enough.
Yeah.
And having like, all kinds of things. The mom of the person whose birthday was it just shut everyone.
Yeah.
Like, everything's fine, and you just, if you don't like it, just leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one boy wanted to be an Ariel, the other one different princess. I don't remember again which.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
but
okay.
like both of her sons just wanted to be princesses.
Yeah.
And she let that. And
Were they happy?
They were the happiest kids, and you know, in the end, the worst part, in the end, the best part maybe.
Yeah.
The kids, no, not even one kid said anything bad about it. Everyone just complimented how beautiful they look, and like.
And that's brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. Like, parents just have this. Just let your kids explore whatever they want to, and they will be the best people when they grow up.
Yeah.
Because that's where the thing is. When you are a child, and you're not let to do something, like just play with whenever you want.
Yeah.
When you grow up, you will want to play with it anyway. It will just be traumatic for you to find out again what you want, actually, because it will be suppressed. It's just traumatizing your children for some kind of stupid norms which were invented for no reason. It's just not very smart and not very good. Yeah.
I've got something else to say about that lesbian who's misgendered in toilets.
Yeah.
She's even been to an Eddie Izzard concert. Do you know who Eddie Izzard is?
No idea.
She is a trans comedian, and she has been kind of blurring the lines between gender for basically all of her career. But in the last couple of months, she has come out and said, I prefer she, her pronouns, and I am trans, that kind of thing. So you would think that whoever goes to one of her gigs is going to be supportive of that. Not everybody. This lesbian got misgendered, and she got called a pervert in the toilets.
Blows my mind, really.
Yeah.
It again, the same thing with we have LGBT, and we have a lot of hate in LGBT and plus. Like, some people, like, it blows my mind every time how some gays and lesbians and bi people are against trans people. It's like, how can you judge someone who's different while you went through exactly the same thing? Yeah, it's not as hard to transition for lesbians or gays who were suppressed, but it's still you had to figure things out. You weren't accepted and all that. Like, if you went through that, how can you judge someone who went through exact same things, even worse?
Yeah. When
they transition, it just blows my mind. Just be supportive. Like, we only have each other. We are a minority still.
Yeah.
And we need the support from others, especially from
our own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it just blows my mind every time.
It.
No.
Yeah. So, one solution to the bathroom problem is gender-neutral bathrooms.
Oh, that's a dream. Because, like, I have a really bad anxiety when it goes to public bathrooms.
Yeah.
I have to prepare myself mentally to go into one every single time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm holding their hand, by the way.
Yeah.
See, I'm still trying to remind myself to use they, them pronouns because my default with you is still she, her.
Yeah, and I told you can still use that.
Yeah.
Just mix in.
Yeah. I'm still trying.
Okay. That's thank you.
So when we first started going out, we used to get a lot of coffee. We used to go to Costa's and Starbucks. And it's a lot more difficult now because of another lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
But I told you that there is a Starbucks that I know of that only has one toilet. And therefore it is unisex, it's gender neutral. And I just kept like poking that at you. You say, you sure you don't want to go to Starbucks? They have a unisex toilet. It's like trying to get you to get on my side. Come on, take me to Starbucks.
You can go to the gender neutral toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the bad. Like, I don't see why people are against it. It's still just. You put in the third toilet then.
How much do you use the disabled toilet?
I did use a disabled toilet a few times.
Because disabled toilets are unisex, aren't they?
But again, I'm not disabled. And some people might need that toilet more than I do.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Because imagine, like, if you used that toilet and then someone in a wheelchair was waiting outside and then they had a go at you because, oh, you don't look disabled. What you doing in there? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't look like this symbol on the door.
Being mentally ill is a bit of a disability.
Yeah.
And I'm not mentally ill because I'm non-binary. I'm mentally ill because I'm traumatized by the norms of the world.
That's a conversation for another day.
Let's not go there.
I also told you that the gym not far from my parents' house is they have an open plan changing rooms in the back. There's a lot of cubicles across the way from each other, and you just pick a cubicle, get changed, pick a locker. That's it.
That's what I don't understand. Why do you need to walk naked? Why do you need, like, in the public toilets as well? Like, you're not just standing there naked in the middle of the thing.
Well, some weird people get naked to use the showers in the gym. I know, weird.
What, are the showers, like, not cubicles?
The showers are like, there's like 3 or 4 showers in one space.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I would be very anxious there.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah, that's the other thing. I wouldn't like to go to the pool and stuff for that reason too. Like, people give looks and stuff because my bathing suits are not as, like that. That's kind of, like, you have to get almost naked, like just one layer. I like a lot of layers.
Yeah, I know.
And going to the public places only one layer is a bit.
So you're saying that you wouldn't want to go to a public swimming pool at all?
Yeah, I like
for the fact that it's a pool, or the fact that you have to get changed.
Yeah, that's fact.
Okay.
And like, because a lot of, like swimming suits and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they have standards. And my look's completely different because I'm just wearing shorts and a like binder top.
That's
and I
okay,
get looks.
though.
Yeah, I get looks.
You could still. I know. I've seen like mums taking their children to the swimming pool, and they're just wearing a baggy t-shirt and a swimming costume underneath, but they're still wearing a t-shirt. I'm sure you wouldn't get weird looks for wearing a binder.
I do get weird looks for wearing a binder, and in the beaches as well. But I like swimming, so I have to suck it up for now.
There are some places who are slowly getting towards using different toilets, gender-neutral toilets. South Oxfordshire, the whole council have ordered all their council buildings in the area to use gender-neutral toilets. That's a bit of a step forward.
Yeah. Again, the more you hear about it, the more normal it gets. Because that's the only problem. People think that some kind of stuff is not normal and weird, and that's why they're against it.
Their speech said they respect that trans men are men, trans women are women, and non-binary genders are just as valid.
Yay.
Hey!
You want to talk about periods?
As a little bonus topic.
As a little bonus. Trigger warning.
Trigger warning for periods.
Trigger warning for periods. I hate mine and I get very bad at them because they mess with my head a lot. So you have more news.
So this is our last piece of news for today. It's a very newsy episode.
It is, yeah.
So there's been something on social media where people who have period tracking apps on their phones or their smartwatches or something, they've been a bit buggy, shall we say?
Yeah, very buggy.
Right? So I've got a screenshot of someone's notification on their phone and it says, your period may start any day in the next 3 weeks.
Thanks for the accurate.
Yeah. So this person shared their screenshot and they got a load of comments afterwards. And one of them said, I got one which said my period was 56 days late. Put your phone away. Put your phone away.
I'm ordering food.
You are...
Well, I'm hungry and it's almost 4:30.
And we love Nando's.
Almost tea time. Sorry, you keep going. I'm
No,
listening.
because I want to talk to
I'm
you.
listening.
No.
Okay, let's talk.
So this is the reason I wanted to talk about this article in particular, because of the way they worded this sentence.
Yeah.
One man said his smartwatch had a menstruation tracker activated by default when he got it, and it kept telling him his period was due, despite him never having had one.
Yeah.
Now, that bit at the end, despite him never having had one, I thought that was kind of inclusive.
Yeah, that sounds like they do think about trans men who possibly can have it.
Yeah.
But then they fuck it up very badly by always mentioning women.
Yeah, this article's quite bad. At their most simple, women input the dates where their periods begin and end, and an app calculates when their next is due to arrive based on this information. It can also use this data to estimate when they might ovulate. This is also when they're most likely to conceive. Thanks for the biology lesson. Yeah, it just keeps mentioning the word women and not people who use periods. So this article started off well, but then it kind of went down a bit.
Yeah, everyone should keep in mind that not only women can have feminine and it's not only feminine and women problems. You never know, and putting words like woman, feminine and all that kind of stuff to the products that are related to those problems and periods, it's really bad for other genders and people identifying differently. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Non-Binary Show.
You can follow and message us on Instagram at non.bi.neri or over on Facebook at facebook.com/non.bi.neri.show.
We're posting a lot more podcast updates and stuff from our personal lives, but most of the time you'll see queer memes.
You can also send us a voice message on Anchor at anchor.fm/non-binary. That's all one word, no dots.
Send us a voice message and you might be in our next episode.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Do you want me to edit out their name?
No, it's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because we've not mentioned it before.
No, it's okay. We don't mention it as a... you don't have to tell people my dead name was that.
Yeah.
But this kind of a thing is not as bad.
Yeah.
It's bad when people ask, so what was your name before? That is bad. Yeah.
Okay. No, as long as you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Right. So when's the food getting here?
I haven't ordered it because I had to listen to you.
All right.
Do you want to end this then?
Yeah, let's get some food then.
Okay.
All right.